So we'll talk about your football home. We'll talk about the influence that you had on the field. But let's start with business, and let's start with cars. What attracted you to automotive retail?
Well, what happened was Pat Bolin, he was our owner for a long, long time, passed a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He'd been in automobile business up in Canada among a few other businesses, and so there was an operator down here that was looking for some money. So he went to Pat and asked Pat to kind of back him in a Jeep store here in town. And then when he did that, also kind of got me involved and asked me if I wanted to get involved on the marketing side. Gave me a real small piece of the deal to do the marketing and get involved with that. So I said sure, I'd do that. And then as I kind of got immersed in it in the off season, learned a little bit about the business, enjoyed what I really enjoyed is I enjoyed the competitive side of it, and the fact that there's a number of cars that you put on that board day in and day out, and so I like that competitive side of it. And then as times went on, that was back in '89, and then '91 I had a chance to get more involved with Mr. Bolin. We bought another store, and then from there it kind of just ballooned. And he got to the point where he didn't want to go any further, so I ended up buying a Toyota store and a Honda store and some couple Nissan stores and a Ford store here in town in Denver. And and that's really I did it. That was started in 1991, and I was probably in my ninth year in the NFL, and I was looking for what all started starting to think what I was going to do when I got done playing football. And so that was kind of that. I enjoyed the business. And so I ended up getting about 6 stores here. And then in 1998 was the year I retired, but it was also the year Wayne Huizenga, which is now Auto Nation, used to be Republic, as you know,
Mm-hmm.
started rolling up some auto groups. And so he came to me and offered me too much money. So there went my plan. So I sold those, and my plan as far as what I was going to do when I got done went right out the window. But then eventually with it, after a 5-year non-compete, got back into the business with my partner, Mitch Pierce, who's a tremendous dealer and partner and does a tremendous job. And so we've got about 5 or 6 stores now, 3 in Colorado, one in Salt Lake, and then 3 out in California. So, I enjoy the business. I enjoy the competitive side of it, and it's a great business. And if you do it right and you operate it right, now that's not much different than any other business, but I think even more so in the car business. If you have great people and you have a great team and you work together and you take care of your customers, you can create legacies and dealerships for a long, long time. And that's what our goal was.
That first store in downtown Denver. What do you remember the most about it? What are your first memories of going to that Jeep
Yeah,
dealership?
it was up on 104th. It was a little, it was north of town, and it was probably, I lived south of town. Where we worked was where our complex was right at that point in time was off 58th, and so this was off 104th, so it was 50 blocks north of there. So I could run up there, but I enjoyed the feel. I've always enjoyed getting in there, and plus, and I've always said this: if I wasn't a football player, I probably would have been an accountant, because I was my
Really?
strength in school was numbers, and so I enjoyed numbers. And as you know, in the car business, there's a lot of numbers that go along there. So I enjoyed that side of it because it came rather easy. Now the sales part was a little tougher, but I enjoyed the numbers and what it was all about. So. And we had just he just redid the store. Once they bought the store, they remodeled the store, and it was a real nice Jeep store. So enjoyed watching that process and watching that store continue to climb in sales, and in the Metro Denver area.
There aren't a lot of accountants that are confused with quarterbacks.
I know that. I know, but yeah, it seemed like numbers always came easy, so I figured that would probably be my route. But really, as far as a goal, it was probably 2% of my goal when it came to what I really wanted to be.